Grab your cuppa. It's time for coffee, clients, and nap time. I'm Sarah Marie, and this is your go-to guide for building a thriving business that fits into parenthood. So come on, let's create a life by design.
Hey Mama, welcome back to Coffee, Clients and Nap Time. This one's a little different. There's no clear tips or polished steps today. It's just an honest chat because I really needed one, and maybe you do too. I want to talk about something that feels like it's been sitting heavy on my chest this week. It's about being the default parent, running a business, and trying to hold all the pieces together, especially when it's not all going smoothly. You know the feeling? Deadlines are looming, a kid gets sick, you've got emails piling up, a client waiting for something you haven't even touched yet, and dinner? Yeah, you haven't even thought about that. And yet somehow the whole house still expects you to be the one who knows where everything is, who knows what's going on in the mental calendar, and who keeps everything moving forward. Because this week, I've really felt it. Big time. And I know I'm not the only one. Being the default parent doesn't mean you do more. It means you carry more. You carry the mental load, the emotional regulation, the constant background awareness of everyone else's needs. And then, on top of all that, you're also running a business. It's more than logistics. It's the internal pressure to just not let anything drop. Because when your business needs your brain and your family needs your heart and you're feeling pulled in opposite directions, it's so exhausting. There are days where I honestly think, I'm just doing too much. But what do I actually stop doing? And I want to be clear. I'm not saying this because I'm falling apart. I'm saying this because I think we need to normalize these moments without making them feel like a failure. This week, I had one of those weeks where everything clashed. I was onboarding a new client, so client work was due. Emails were coming in hot. I had a toddler who decided naps were optional and sleeping at night had to be done in my arms. Plus, one of my big kids was needing help with something very important. I was being pulled in so many directions. And then on top of all that, some of my support fell through at the most unfortunate times. And that little whisper started, you should be coping better. You're the one who helps others with this stuff. So why is it feeling hard? And here's what I want to say about that. Just because we know how to manage our time, how to set boundaries, and how to use all the tools doesn't mean we're immune to the pressure of life as a default parent. And then there's another part I want to touch on that's really hard to say out loud. Resentment. Sometimes you love your family and your business deeply, but you still feel resentment that you're always the one adjusting, the one compromising, the one absorbing the mess. And that doesn't make you ungrateful. It makes you honest. I've had moments where I've thought, if I was dad, I wouldn't be expected to do all this. Or even, if I worked outside of the home, it wouldn't all fall on me to run this household and still work. And then felt guilty because I know I'm blessed to be able to be at home with my youngest, be available to my older two whenever they need me, and be able to do work I love and build a business that supports me financially. But resentment isn't about blame. It's a signal. It's your body and brain saying something needs to change. And it's important to recognize it and have those hard conversations with the people around you. I want you to hear this, if nothing else. You can be capable, competent, and even amazing at what you do and still feel overwhelmed sometimes. That doesn't disqualify you from success. It doesn't make you any less of a leader or a mentor or a businessman. It just makes you human. We're not failing. We're just living in a system that still assumes someone else is holding up the rest of our lives while we work. But the reality is that someone else is still just us. Like I said at the start, though, I don't have a magic solution and I don't have a 3-step plan today. What I do have is this: permission. Permission to slow down when you need to. Permission to ask for help. Permission to communicate honestly with your partner, your kids, your clients. And permission to not push through when your body says stop. I really don't have a perfect answer. But here are some of the things that I come back to when it all feels too much. I look for micro moments of control. I know I can't control everything, but I can pick one thing to focus on each day. Maybe it's replying to an email. Maybe it's doing school drop-off without checking my phone. Maybe it's just taking a moment to have a hot cup of coffee and breathe. That one win gives me momentum. I like to create space for myself, even just for a moment. I've stopped aiming for a whole self-care day. It's just unrealistic. Sometimes it's simply a walk around the block. Sometimes it's sitting in the car for 8 minutes after I've driven home with a coffee and a podcast on, and that's okay. The other thing I like to do is let go of the hero complex. I know it feels like we are meant to do it all, but we're not meant to carry it all. So ask for help. Say no. Tell the truth when you're stretched. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise, and it will help. So if you've got big things on your plate this week and your brain is telling you should be able to juggle it all, let this be the reminder your worth is not measured by your capacity to hold everything together. So if you're listening to this while hiding in the laundry, or in the car before school pickup, or during that one quiet moment that you got today, I want you to know that I see you. I am you. I'm still learning how to hold it all with softness, how to release the shame, how to recenter my business without guilt, and how to show up for my family without resentment. It's messy, but it's real. And you don't have to have it all perfectly handled to be a brilliant business owner, a loving mum, and a wise leader. You're doing enough because you are enough. I'll wrap it up here. I know this is a short one, but this episode was just as much for me as it was for you. So I hope it's helped you as much as it's helped me to record it and speak it out. And if it resonated at all, please screenshot it and share it to your stories on Insta. Tag me at BalancedBizMama, or come over and DM me and tell me what's the one thing you wish someone else understood about being the default parent and running a business. Because those conversations where we realize we're not alone, that's where the change begins. I am so proud of you. Keep going, rest when you can, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks for joining me on Coffee, Clients and Naptime. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with another mum who's ready to build their dream life. You can also join our Facebook page or Instagram to stay connected every day of the week. The link is in the show notes. Just remember, you've got this, and I'm here to help every step of the way.